Welcome to the Getting Started with VyTräd video. The first time you run the program, you will need to select the root directory for the location of your family tree. I have a temporary directory selected that I'm going to use, but if you use an online file sharing or backup service, you may want to use the directory associated with that service for your VyTräd directories. There are two ways to get started. You will either build your family directories from scratch, or you will create the family tree by importing a GEDCOM file which you have exported from your main genealogy software. To start from scratch, you will add a directory for the root individual in your tree to the root directory. Using the directory menu, click the Add Directory option and enter the name of the root individual. Click OK, and the directory is added to the system. Then you can use the menu options to add parents and other information to the directory, and you're on your way. The other option is to import your family tree from a GEDCOM file, but first let's look at the program settings. On the General Settings tabs, you can choose how the directory tree works during searches or bookmark moves with these four options. These settings are important for improving performance if your family tree is large and you have many hundreds or even thousands of directories. For most family trees, these settings do not impact performance, and you can experiment with them and set them to suit your preferences. The menu options allow you to use only visible menus or only right-click pop-up menus, or both types of menus. The tree color key explains the color coding system used in the directory tree to highlight selected directories, search results, and duplicate family directories. On the Import Settings tab, there are some general settings defining how imported family trees are built. You can choose to use compact directory names as described on the form. You can set the file name length reserve. You should keep this number in mind as you are naming files to avoid coming up against the path and file name length limit. 100 characters is probably a reasonable number for most users. You can choose to make directories for all children in the imported families. Remember that the imported tree contains only ancestors of the root individual, so branches of your tree outside of those direct ancestors will not be imported. And you can make a notes text file in each directory to use for recording information regarding the family or for assisting your research progress. The pedigree collapse options only come into play for very large family trees to control the number of directories made. When you import your tree, you can choose one of these options, and the import form will show you how many directories will be required for the family. These options will be demonstrated in the duplicate families video. So let's close this dialog. To demonstrate importing a tree, I will use a GEDCOM file for my family and use my grandfather for the root individual. So let's open the import dialog. First step is to read the GEDCOM file. All the families and individuals in the file will be read and available for importing. All of the people in the file are listed in this drop-down, but you can filter that list a couple of different ways. You can list people by birth year with first names like this, or by last names. The filtered list then will be available, and you can choose the root individual out of that list. You can assign the generation number to the root individual if you wish. You can choose to import all generations or a specified number. Then you need to select the location where the directories will be placed on your computer. The settings dialog is available to adjust some of your settings and re-import the tree if you'd like. When you're ready, click the Make Directories button and the directory system will be built. I'm going to import again with a couple of different options selected. And when you're done, you can exit back to the main form, the program will open up the root directory that you imported to, and you can see that the new directories are available for the imports that were done. The first import was with the default naming system and no children, and the second import used the compact directory naming system and imported all children, and this is the tree that was imported. Again, this tree comes in with no documents in the directories, so it's an empty set of directories for you to work with. Before you start placing documents in the tree, you can import the tree a couple of different ways using these different settings, and keep the tree that works best for you and remove the rest. So now you're ready to start adding to the tree and to start adding documents to the tree. See the Adding to Your Family Tree video for more information. That's all for now. Please watch the other VyTräd videos to learn more about how you can use the program in your family history research. Thanks for watching.